Stephen, you get started, okay? This one you less than 2, why you return empty string? You may still have an X. Next one. I'll call, okay? I'll call another student. You continue, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Next one, let me have Shani. Shani, your turn. Shani, you have any question?
No.
Any question in your school? No?
No.
Okay. If you have any question in your school, AP, CSA, I can also answer you, okay?
Okay.
This one, the first two letter, if it's A, you will keep. If it's B, you will keep right here. Okay. So you need to consider the length equal 0. No length is one case. And then one letter, it can be A, it can be not A, you need to consider. Then you consider any letter more than 2 as a third case. So 3 cases you need to consider. The less than equal 2 doesn't make sense. I just explained to you, you have 3 cases you need to consider. Length equals 0, length equals 1, and length equals 2 or more. 2 or more is one case. So you use less than equal 2, that doesn't make sense. No, you have one. One may be A or not A. You cannot equals 1. You cannot use a empty string. So only 0. I told you it's only 0. When it is equal 0, that's one case. 1 is another case. Double equal sign. The equal is double equal sign and single equal sign. This one is a character, so it's a slash single slash A, not double slash A. You cannot return yet. This one you cannot return yet. Because you haven't checked B. You may have A, the second letter may be B. You cannot return yet. This doesn't make sense. This one actually too much. You try too much on one if. Let me repeat one more time. The first thing you want to check is the length equals 0. That's one case. Then length equals 1. You may have A, you may have not A. This is length equals 1. You have to handle this. And then you have 2. 2, you need to handle A. And the second one, it may be A or not A. Second later may be B or not B. And then anything else. So 3 cases. You need to follow the logic here. You will make your if very complicated and still not making it work. So this one, let me show you. This one, it won't, this doesn't work. This one, you continue this, you will struggle for a long, long time. You are still not getting out. So this one, let's don't do this. Let's don't do this else. Let's set up a string. Let's call it A will be equal to str.character at 0 equals A later. Then you would put the A string. Otherwise, you put an empty string. So if str.length equals 1, you'll return A. So anything after here, all strings are longer than or equal to 2. This is greater equal to after this. So one later case being handled. So this one later case being handled. Now, how can you handle this 2 or more later case? I already give you the hint how I handle A, then you will handle B in a similar way. So string B equals str character at 1 equals B, question mark B, colon, empty string. So what does this mean? What does the A and B means? Do you understand now? Hello?
Yeah.
Do you understand now?
Yeah.
So A means this first letter can be A or X, and you will get A or empty string. This is the A string. B string is here, it will be B or not B. You get B or empty string. And then the whole thing is this plus anything else. So just return. Return. You don't need that. You just return. Return A plus B plus str the substring 2. 2. Not B, 2. Go. Can you understand it now?
Yeah.
So what you should do is copy this to a file, to a text file, and then redo by yourself, making sure you understand the whole thing and you can rewrite it by yourself. Okay, so
Okay.
copy to a file, backup, making sure you don't lose it because later you may need it. And then you rewrite it, you erase everything I wrote, and you redo it until you can fully understand it and remember it. Okay? This one is to teach you how you design the first letter. First letter can be A or nothing. Second letter can be B or nothing. And then the rest of them is str the length 2. So you do this, and this. So one letter, you just return this out. Two letter or more, you return the whole thing. Not very hard, but you have to understand how to design it, okay? Pick up and then redo it by yourself. Next one, let me have Stephen. Next one. That's not necessary. Just one is enough.
Wait, I don't really understand what's like the base case here.
You have to figure out. You have worked on so many problems. You should figure it out. So what's your recursive structure? Don't click your keyboard yet. Tell me what's your recursive structure?
I think right now it's like when I detect X, I just shift it to the
You
back
have
and
you have X X R E E. So first round you pass X R E E then to into this let's call it end of this. Then after that you will call what?
then another time
What other time?
return NX string
Return what?
string that char at 0 plus Shanghai substring
Hmm?
1.
So here, and then what's inside here?
XRE.
And then,
And REX.
and then,
I just return blank. If I detect like
no, it's
REX.
not blank. It's not blank. It's not blank. Who says blank? It should return R plus E of E. Then this one return a single E. That's it. That this tell you what it will be the base case.
Oh, okay.
It's wrong. I already tell you. You actually have to figure it out. This one already tell you what's the base case. Why do you need to still check character at 0?
You mean here or here?
I'm talking about base case.
Okay.
What's less than 1? Less than 1 is equal to 0. That's the same thing.
Okay.
Go. This one right here, the base case equal 0, that's fine. You can also do base case less than 2 or less than equals 1. I already showed you the single E should work. You're not listening. Pay no attention. Next one, let me have Shani. Shani, your turn. Okay, Shannon, what did he say for this one?
Um, like if the second word is in the first word, except for the first letter, then
No, that's not what he
return.
said. Can you talk about again?
Um, like if the second word is in the front of the first string, but
Mm-hmm.
the first character doesn't need to be the same. But if it matches, then
So basically, what they say is that you have to draw some diagram, okay? Let me see. So basically, what they say is that if you have, say, XIP, and then this one start with something IP, then we consider there is a match, right? Something IP, there is a match,
yeah,
right? If there is a match, what should you do? You will return the first length of this, right? Right? It's return this, not return this, right? Return this,
yeah,
right? Okay, so this one, the first thing you want to check is that if str is less than or equal to, the length is less than or equal to word the length. So if this one shorter than this, what will happen?
um,
If the first one shorter than the second one, what will happen? So the first one, let's assume that the first one is H only, second one is XIP. What will happen?
error,
No, not error, it's no match, right?
yeah,
No match, what should you do?
um, for nothing,
Return an empty string. So that's the case you need to handle first. Delete everything. The first one is the st at the length less than word the length. Okay? So that's the first case you need to worry about. Okay, after that, your str should be longer or the same as the word, right?
yeah,
Then what should you do?
check,
You actually need to compare what? Compare what?
uh, the the second word to the first word,
So you want to compare, let's assume that you actually have HIP versus XIP, right? You actually will compare this one with this one, right? So what's this? And what is this?
uh,
And you write it here. You need to compare this and this, right?
yeah,
So you write it here. There's no minus one. This is wrong. Delete everything. Delete everything we do. This is already contaminated. So str the substring one, comma, word length. This is the first word length later after one that equals word substring one. Return? Return what?
this thing,
This seems starting from 0. Now this is
Yeah.
if here substring 0 word the length. Otherwise, return what?
Like nothing.
Yeah, go. Check what's wrong. Go. You see? Key point, you must understand the problem, and then you need to draw the diagram to help you to understand it, okay?
Okay.
If you can draw this, you are okay. So always keep your side to have a notebook and pencil so you can draw some diagram to help yourself, okay? Do not rush to coding. Rush to coding, you cannot solve it, okay? You have to understand it first. Make it a practice to understand it, okay? Next one, let me have Stephen. Stephen, your turn. Oh, one more problem. So why you need two cases?
I think it's like there's one time where it occurs like where the letter appears 2 times and then there's more than that. And usually you can do this with like a while loop, but then uh,
What's usually you can do while loop? We are doing recursion. There's no while loop.
yeah.
So there's no two case. There's only one case.
Ooh.
You make the wrong recursion. So what's the difference for this one and the previous one? So S theta capital at 0 equals S theta capital 1. This is exactly the same. Why you need to have a capital C then?
I think it's like for future comparison.
Which feature comparison?
Like in the next run.
Did you draw
Wait, yeah.
Did you draw a recursive diagram for yourself?
Nope.
No, why are you doing coding? You have very bad habit so far. You are not practicing at all. We teach you to do coding bad. I told you to put a notebook and a pencil on the side to draw diagram for many, many times. I think I have been teaching you for a long times to teach you to do that. So why are you not doing it before you do coding? This one pretty simple. You have Y, Y, Z, Z, A. You want to, the result is Y, Z, A. Your problem is that you only want to get the result. You don't want to know about the process in the middle. That's your problem. You just want to get the problem solved. You don't care how it can be solved. If you want to learn computer science, you have to learn how to solve the problem. So you pass this one, you need to go into the recursion. That's as soon as this one, you go into the S function doing recursion. This one, you have y, you cut the y, you pass the y, z into there. Y and z different, then you will do y and then recursive on z, a. So the first one, when they are the same, you dump this one. You don't save it. You don't put it into the return. So this one, the different, you keep the last copy. So you have y, you keep the last copy, it will be good enough. So now you are in the Z, these two are the same. You dump this one, you recursive on the A. This one, you dump this one, you just recursive on A. This one, not the same, or the last one, you get the G, and then you recursive on A. So if you draw this diagram, you will solve the problem nicely. But you choose not to do it. That's because you, from the very beginning, you do coding bad. You just want to get a result. You never want to learn how to solve the problem. I've been emphasized this many, many times for you. Just want you to change. But so far, you are not changing yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to learn computer science, this won't work. The way you do coding, it won't work. That's the best I can tell you. If you don't want to follow, you don't need to follow. That's the best I can actually keep coaching you. So you need to draw the diagram first. making sure you understand how the recursion being done. I've been drawing several times for you this today. So how come you believe that you don't need it? That's because you don't want to learn. Okay, that's the best I can teach you. Not because I'm picky on you, just because you're not listening. So this one, apparently, if the letter is only one letter or no letter, you will return str. So this less than equals 1. The base case. You have to draw the diagram. Don't just do coding. Before you do coding, you must make sure the example that you have can be solved based on your method. So that's why you draw the code, draw the diagram to help yourself understand that you can solve the problem.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So character that HDR the character at 0 equals HDR the character at 1, return recursive. So what did I tell you?
Then you say I drew the diagram down so you compare the first two.
When you have
and
y, what should you do?
you cut the substring and then add the
You dump the first string. You don't need to this one. You just recursive on the rest.
oh yeah.
Yeah, what? You are not drawing the diagram so far.
And then you have to compare the next.
You don't need to compare because this one, the first two letters are the same. Then the rest of cases, the first two letters are not the same. Because the first two letters are the same, you already do this. If not the same, you can keep the letter and then recursive on the one.
Yeah.
Just go. Okay? You have to
Yeah.
focus on your problem. Your problem right now is not, you are not coachable. You totally not listen to me. Not because you come to class, that showing up is good. Showing up is not good, okay? I don't care whether you show up or not. Your key point is that you are not listening. That's the problem. If you want to learn coding, you have to change your attitude. Okay?
Okay.
Next one, let me have Shani. Shani, your turn. I want everyone to be better. That's why I actually keep coaching you, telling you what your weakness. Okay? If I don't care, I don't need to tell you. This one, Shani, you may have no later, one later, and two or more later, 3 cases. So no later, okay, always need to think about this boundary condition. No later, what should you do? Yeah, one later, it can be X, it can be not X. So if it's, no, not else, just if it's string the length equals 1. Okay, make sure it's length of 1. Inside here, curly brace. Not return yet, not return yet. Inside this, okay, then you check if the letter is only one letter, if the letter is X or not. It's two different return value. Why it actually is without those X. If the first one or last one is X without return without X. So if the str that equals X, you return empty string. Otherwise return str. You just opposite. Your length of 1 is opposite. Equals X, you return empty string. Equal X, return empty string. This one return str. Okay. Now everything is longer or equal to 2 or more now. You work on that case. I'm not going to help you, okay? You work on the case. I'll let you struggle. This one may not work. This one again, this case is wrong. So you see you have length of 0, length of 1. So length of 1, you have two cases. You have X and no X, right? X you return nothing. Otherwise, you return a string, okay? And you have case of 2. You have to, first letter maybe X. In the X, you will return, the first letter will be empty. Last letter will be X or empty. So this one similar to the previous problem. This one very similar to the previous problem. What you should do is right here, string first equal to str the capital at 0. Equals X and question mark X. I'm sorry, question mark should be empty string. Otherwise it will be str. I'm sorry, otherwise it will be str the substring. Zero and 1, the first letter. So here, if str the length equals 1, we should return first. I have a wrong spelling. Let me change it. So same thing here. This is the first letter. So that's the first letter you handle it. Then you also need to handle the last letter. So string last letter equals str the chapter at str the length -1 equals x question mark empty string question mark double quote plus str the chapter at str the length -1. Okay, that's the last chapter. So you have first chapter and last chapter. Then you do return first plus something plus last. Now, you tell me what's the something inside here. Yeah, go. Check in something wrong. Line 5. Go. Simple str string. Time out. What's the time out? Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
Same thing for you. You have to draw the diagram first, okay? Making sure you understand the problem first. Don't rush into the coding, especially don't handle the big case first. Usually what you need to get started is getting started from length 0, then length 1, and then regular length. Okay? Usually like that. Don't start to look at, oh, you might have the x and s here and y and another. That's too complicated. Usually too complicated. Don't start from that case. Start from the simple case. Okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
The same thing, you also need to draw diagram, okay? Draw diagram to help yourself understand it. And also you need to keep it in your notebook. So later you review it, you will be able to see it, okay?
Okay.
Next one, let me have Stephen. Stephen, your turn. Stephen, when is your semester end?
I think January 15th. Wait, no,
Okay.
no.
So your semester is later than others. So during this Christmas break, you need to work on the coding by yourself, okay?
Okay.
Trying to review the whole coding by yourself, making sure you understand it. Start from scratch. Don't look at any answer or anything. You need to struggle. And also you need to pick up the notebook, making sure that you take notes on every problem. Okay? Before you understand the problem, don't do coding. Don't just come to the keyboard and type a lot of garbage. That doesn't work.
Okay.
So this one, why are you recursive on 1? Since you see a high, so why do you need to start one from 1? This one 2 is okay. Since you cut the high out, If not, yeah, if not, you are using one. Just go. Or something wrong.
I didn't check for the X part yet.
Oh, okay, you have to check the X part. I'm sorry, I did not read the X part. Now, why do you need to check 1, 3?
Oh,
You,
wait, it's basically the same thing.
you put it here. No, you put it here, not be after it, before it. Put it right here. If str that start with, don't use the substring, use the start with. X X H I X S I, because X you don't want to do it. Then you jump by 3. Return count 2 substring 3. Return count 2 substring 3. Go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You have to see the problem. The key is how to solve it. Don't see that it's immediately before, then you get the SHI and then see the later before it. You already done because you recursive code, you already cut the later out. You won't see it. You have to check the X when you have not cut later yet.
Hmm.
If you see the X is not HI, you already cut the X out. You are done. You are actually you cannot get it. Okay.
Okay.
Next one, let me have Shani, your turn. Yeah, then you need to work on the second later. This one, I suggest the same structure I'm using, first and second. I suggest you to use the conditional statement right here. String first equals to str dot equals, okay, whatever. You already pass it. You put it right here. Don't put it after this one. Put it here. String first before the if. Before the length equals 1. Yeah. And then str the capital at 0 equals x. Str the capital at 0 lowercase. char lowercase. At 0 equals x later. Then question mark, empty string. Otherwise, it's colon. You have to learn to use the conditional statement, yeah? And then str, semicolon. Okay, so if length equals 1, you return first. The whole thing you don't need. Yes, now you work on the string second. Here, actually, the first character you should use, let's see. This str is not a good idea. This one, you actually would like to make it a string. And you would actually do this. You would actually do double pass the character at 0. So here, similarly, you actually do okay. You are almost there, but remember this conditional statement, you need to do it. Okay, one more question for you. If you don't do this conditional statement, what should you do? Right now, if you don't do this and you need to use if, what should you do? What should you do?
Check the first two characters.
No. You should do this one was empty string. Let me change it for you. You should do this. If you don't like the conditional statement because it's not AP, so let's rewrite it to AP style. So your first will be equal to empty string. Else. This is the same as using the conditional statement. Is that okay? So far?
Yeah.
I just give you an example. You need to know to write in different way. I teach you use conditional statement, but if you don't use a conditional statement, you need to be able to rewrite it in this format. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, anyway, we are way over 9 o'clock now. It's okay. I don't want to check you guys for too long, but one thing I still need to remind both of you, one thing is that before you do coding, you need to really understand the problem and really see the solution. Okay, if you don't see the solution, you don't know how to solve the problem, don't do coding. Most of the time, you are wasting your time. So you need to draw some diagram to help you to understand the problem. If it is recursive, you have to trace down to the base case, making sure that you actually recursively calling the example that should solve the problem, making sure that every example that provided by the problem set, you will be able to handle it. Okay, that's the way to do coding back. Even if you go to the competition, like user code, you also need to do that. So this is a very important training that you need to do. Even if you later go into the job interview, you see some leak code problem, it's the same thing. You have to solve the example problem. So before you do coding, you must see your algorithm can solve the problem. But when you think about the algorithm, you need to draw diagram. And a better way to do it is you already keep yourself to have a pencil and paper notebook on side of you. You can draw anything you want, okay? And then those drawing later will become your notebook as well, because when you review, you know that what kind of devices you use and then how you come to the solution, okay? Even my son have been graduated from college, they find job. Right now, they still keep writing notebook by themselves, okay? Even I see they write a lot of notes on programming, machine learning, all kind of the notebook, making sure they understand those concepts. Okay, that's very important. Okay, this actually not only for math, not only for coding, but also for math, for physics, for any subject, any STEM subject. Okay, okay. Good night and see you next time. Next week we don't have coding back because the U.S. school mostly are off. So starting from next week, we have no coding back. No, I should say no mandatory coding back, but usually I'll open Monday, Friday. If some student want to do coding back, I'll help them, okay, to catch up. Okay, good night, bye-bye.